We're here with Amy Porter at the Westmont Public Library, and Amy is the library president. Thanks so much for coming today.
On behalf of the library and the Board of Trustees, thank you for having me, Larry.
You're welcome. And you have a lot to tell us about, and first thing on your list is digital library.
Yes. I don't know if the Westmont residents are all fully knowledgeable of this, but we have a redesigned website for the library. It's www.westmontlibrary.org. And not only is it easily functional, we also have new applications that you can download for your e-readers, such as a Kindle Fire or your iPad or any e-reader. You can download, there's an application called Overdrive, and there are over 20,000 books and audiobooks available for free once you access the application and download through the Westmont Public Library. And there's a great librarian here. Her name is Anna, and I brought in my two young sons to learn how to do this on their Kindles, and she was so patient. She's fabulous. You can call ahead for an individual appointment to utilize your e-reader and get some books for free.
Now, I have to be honest, this is something I have never tried yet. And so how do you go about this? You bring your Kindle to the library?
Yes, there's a couple different ways. There are directions on the website, but if for some reason you don't find those intuitive, you can come here and make an appointment with Anna or any other reference librarian and bring in your Kindle, and Kindle, any sort of e-reader, your iPad, your Nook, any reader can come in and you can sit down with an appointment and she'll walk you through downloading the application, how to search for books through Westmont, and download those for free. And you check them out for a certain amount of time, just like you would a regular library book, for a couple weeks. And then it will actually go off of your e-reader when it expires.
And how is this program going? What's the popularity? Do you find a lot of people using?
Yes, it's incrementally. When we first rolled it out, of course, there was a very small, but now that people are more aware, yes, there's wait lists maybe for your favorite book, but there is always books available. You can put in requests and you can go on a wait list, so when it is available maybe in a couple weeks, it'll say you're ready for download and you can download an ebook for free.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys have lots of different programs and developments, and some of those things have come out of your strategic planning?
Yes. The strategic plan was a very all-encompassing community-wide project. I mean, we had leaders from the fire department, the police station, the village, College of DuPage. We really invited about 35 to 75 community leaders and staff at the library, and we did a Westmont citizen poll. And with all of that feedback, we finally finished our strategic planning process. And the 4 priorities that came out of that were important to Westmont citizens as a growing community were stimulating imagination, satisfying curiosity, enhancing early literacy, and engaging technology. And so that strategic plan will be published very soon in its entirety on the website. If you have any questions at all, you can always ask our director, Christine Kuhn, or feel free to come to a village board meeting. They're the 3rd Tuesday of every month.
Excellent.
Yes.
And this is an exciting year for the library, and why is that?
We are celebrating. Longtime residents, you're going to be surprised by this, but we have already been in this building for 20 years. I know it probably feels like yesterday that this building was just built, but it really is a 20-year anniversary in this location. So we're happy to celebrate that. And we've completed many new renovations of the building. If you haven't been here in a while, please stop in and rediscover the library. We're going to be getting new carpeting in the lobby. They're going to be redesigning coming up the main checkout desk and counter, are going to make that a little more streamlined. They've already remodeled completely the upstairs, the youth area. And it's exciting. We put on a new roof and a new awning out front, so you don't get those big raindrops on you anymore when you're trying to come into the library. So there's many new things at the library. Please come check us out if you haven't been here. We're also celebrating 70 years as being a publicly funded library. So that's very cool for Westmont, that you invested very early on in the great resource of a public library.
So we should maybe do a Westmont trivia question real quick. Where was the original library?
The original actually, it's moved a couple of times, is my understanding. You're going to put me on the spot here. What I do know, at one point it was actually in the Gregg Museum, the Gregg House, I think at one point, and it was down in that area over there. I know at one point it was also, I think, on Main Street where if not, you have to correct me. I think it was, I was told it was where the frame makers location, or one of those locations right there. I'm not altogether
I'm not sure of that, but I know the location prior to moving here is the Park District Administration Building.
Okay, next to where the Gregg House Museum
Right,
is. Yeah.
so right there, all part of the Park District facility.
Yeah.
But,
We're going to be celebrating. Patrons are invited any day to come in. We're open 7 days a week. However, on April 15th, we are having a Patron Appreciation Day. There will be snacks, and everyone can share how the library has been a key part of their life in Westmont.
Excellent. And programming and services, I know in the past several years has really blossomed. And how do people find out about all the programs that are going on, to get involved?
There's a couple different ways. Of course, the library. WestmontLibrary.org has all of the calendar, the programs, and it's fairly easy to, I would say very easy to navigate that website. However, once a quarter to every postal patron in Westmont is delivered the Explorer newsletter, and it goes in great detail. It's always broken in, very easy to read, broken into children's programming, teens, adults, and speakers and workshops. And so you can always keep that on hand. It's a great resource. And we have going to be kicking off the Big Read. That's already in the swing.
Right.
So the Big Read, if you're not familiar, 10 local libraries get together. They select a book. And this year's Big Read book is The Shoemaker's Wife. You can get a copy right here at the Westmont Library. Or you can you'd have to buy it. I don't know if you can get it on your reader. It's probably a big, long wait list for that. But there's information, and along with the 10 libraries, they host informational events that go along with the theme, the era. They're really fun. A lot of times they have the speaker comes into town, and with 10 libraries sharing the cost of all of these things, it's really an exciting, there's lots of different cultural events that go along with that.
Excellent. And I know another big program that you guys have every year is the summer reading program. And how important is that program to students to make sure that they continue their reading over the summer?
The summer read is huge. It gets bigger and bigger each year. I personally, I'm the mom of 3 young kids, and to quote my daughter, when she did the summer read, that awkward time somewhere around between first, second grade, where they're early literacy, they're learning, early readers, they're learning how to read, they're kind of excited, but they're still struggling. They're not sure if they really like this reading thing or not. We came and did the summer read. By the end of the summer, in second grade and then again in third grade, my daughter just took off like a shot, and she was like, it was all those little prizes. Every time you filled out and you got to a certain benchmark, you got to go in and pick out another little prize. And that did it for her. She was very excited. That hit her hot button, and I'm thrilled. I have 2 voracious readers that plow through books, and my youngest right now is doing his best, and he's an early reader, and he's doing great.
Right. I can say the same thing's true with my son. Joined the summer reading program, and certainly it was those little rewards that kept him wanting to come back to the library, and he's a huge reader now.
Yeah.
So that's excellent. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Amy, and we look forward to hearing more about the anniversary events, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Larry.